16 YouTubers from across the globe will be battling it out for the ultimate bragging right in the RWA Warzone. Each YouTuber has designed and engineered their own robot with the hopes of being the RWA Account Mayhem champion. In a place where subscribers, view counts and shares don't apply, it is literally anyone's game in the arena, so let's settle it now! This is the RWA Account Mayhem! Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Heat A of the RWA Rebirth Account Mayhem. 16 YouTubers from across the globe will be battling it out for the ultimate prize, bragging rights. But they won't just be facing each other, they will also have to watch out for our own robot gladiators, the house robots. The house robots are our own robotic vultures, here to clean up the carcass of any dead machines and designed to destroy any robots unworthy of entering our arena. First up is Katrina, our Queen of the Storm. She may not be very fast, but she is heavy, and with a 36-gram bar spinner mounting at a 45-degree angle, which means at 4,000 RPM, she certainly can whip up a storm. Brick is a pure powerhouse and built like a brick. He weighs in at 166 grams and hits robots at a speed of 25 centimeters per second. He's not just all torque though, as he also has a CO2 powered ram capable of launching all robots across the arena. Nail is back, having had a bit of a makeover. She's bigger and heavier than before at 135 grams, but the real story is her improved weaponry. She now has a set of clamping claws to grab a hold of robots, and then her improved crushing jaw comes into play with a full 5 kilograms of crush. Karma is back, better than ever before. Her chassis is now stronger and more sturdy, and her weaponry has undergone some changes too. She can now bite down with a force of 4 kilograms, and she can now lift 200 grams easily. Watch out, Roboteers. And last but by no means least, Malfunction, the leader of the pack. Not only is he huge and heavy, but he can back up such size with his strength. He's armed with a powerful flipping scoop and a deadly rear axe, so watch out all who dare to compete. And introducing a new house robot to the pack, it's Glade, our very own bird of prey. He's quick at 18 centimeters per second, heavy at 145 grams, but the real story is his deadly axe that fires at 2 hits per second and comes down with a force of 2 kilograms per square millimeter. And this is Morrow, which stands for Mechanically Operated Robotic Referee of War, and with a yellow and red card system and a countdown timer, he is here to lay down the law. So here's just a quick look at how the format for this is going to work. There will be 16 robots split into 4 heats of 4. Each heat will be fought under round robin rules. 3 points for a KO, 2 points for a win by the judges, and 0 points for a loss. The 2 highest scoring robots will make it through to the final. Let's see who's in this heat.
Representing 2 Penny Milk, Greed.
It's armed with a very powerful front hinge flipper. It's relatively heavy at 98 grams, quick too at 15 centimeters per second. Built out of card, not the strongest of armors, and it's got a very exposed rear. Could be something to watch out for.
Representing Sam Elliott 64.
They lasted about 3 seconds in the last Account Mayhem we had. However, hopefully this one will do a lot better. It's 100 grams, so it's a heavy boy. However, the main story is the very powerful heavy hammer. They say there's no weaknesses found. We'll see about that.
Representing Masterath, Masterath 3.
Made it past the first round of the last Account Mayhem, however it went no further after that. It's a former Christmas special champion, however, and with a very powerful flipper they're hoping to do very well in the Account Mayhem. However, it is hard to control at times.
Representing Razor 1905, Darkspine.
This robot just screams Dark Horse to me. It's got a very powerful flipper, it's quick at 20 cm per second, relatively heavy as well. The flipper is extremely powerful, however there's no side protection and the armour is card, not the strongest around. 4 YouTubers, 4 robots, all ready to mash it out to see who is the best of the best. I can't wait to see it. Masterath 3 vs 64 first, let's get to the arena. Rubeteers, stand by. There's 64 looking mean, and Masterath 3. 3, 2, 1, activate. If I had to pick a favourite of these guys, probably Masterath 3 just due to the experience and the success rate the team has had in the past. And a powerful flip straight away there by Masterath 3. But down comes that huge hammer. Look there at the power of the hammer of Sam Elliott's 64's machine. 64. That thing is strong. But then again, so is the flip. Oh, that's not, oh my goodness me! 64! Buried in the... Oh, what a save! Wow, they were living on the edge, don't they? Jeez Louise! Honestly, Sam Elliott, I think, had a mini heart attack being knowing him personally, but there we go. Down comes the huge hammer. Once again, they pin Masterath 3 into the corner. Now Masterath 3 managing to escape and get that flip underneath once again. This is a great fight so far. In comes the hammer of 64. 64 now being thrown into the air, though, self-fighting well, and being flipped again. And again, this is a fantastic battle. Over they go now onto their side, by the side wall. Can they get away from there? Yes, they can. Or can they? Both machines are now on their side. Masterath 3 to herself right as 64. This is madness. This is complete mayhem. 64 still stuck on their side, however. Masterath 3 trying to come in. They're finally back now, 64. Brilliant stuff. Down comes the hammer again, but they threw themselves away there. And they're out of the arena! They've gone! Masterath 3 put them out of the arena and managing to secure the 3 points there. Well, what a fantastic battle that was. Look at the air that they caught there. And then out of the arena. Brilliant flip there by Masterath 3. And they managed to get the 3 points for the KO victory. So just some confirmation there. 64 still have 0 points. Masterath 3 now have 3 points. Next up, it's Darkspine versus Greed. Let's get to the arena. Rubeteers, stand by. Darkspine looks really good, doesn't it? And so does Greed. 3, 2, 1, activate. Really good battle here between two very good flippers. Different designs, however. Very good machines, very good roboteers. Oh! One flip by Darkspine! And I think that's it! I think Greed are already done for here! One flip from Darkspine is all it took! Wow! What a flip! Greed stuck on its side, they can't get back from there. Morrow coming in to do his first ever countdown, and it's Greed. Oh, what a shame! Anthony from 2 Penny Mint will be disappointed with that performance. Hopefully, not much damage will be done. Oh, dearie me. Hopefully they can fix that. Down goes the Pit of Oblivion. Pit button pushed by Darkspine. Greed now being set on by Karma. Oh, she is deadly, isn't she? Look there at the power of Karma's new weaponry. Even more improved than last time around. Brick coming in as well with his CO2 launcher. Greed trying desperately to self-right, and finally does! Now they're back in the game! Far too late though, they've already been counted out by Morrow. And down the pit they go. The coup de grace, really. Well, it wasn't much of a fight really, was it? One flip from Darkspine was all it took. Greed may have got back on their wheels, but they were dumped down the pit eventually after being counted out. Darkspine go through, well done to them, they get the 3 points. Just confirmation there then, Darkspine on 3 points, Greed on 0, what a shame for them. Masterath 3 and Darkspine will be going at it next to see who can get the full 6 points. Let's get to the arena. Rubeteers, stand by. Masterath 3 was very impressive in the last fight, but I think Darkspine was a little bit better. 3, 2, 1, activate. So, these two very powerful flippers going at it. Battle of the flippers, as it were. And up in the air goes Masterath 3. Did you see how far they flew there? Darkspine really is a robot to watch out for in this championship, you know. This Account Mayhem. It may be new to the Account Mayhem. Oh, what's up in there? Both of them are stuck on their end. Meanwhile, oh, goodness me! Wow!
Cease.
Did you see how far it flew? Masterath 3 out the arena. And Darkspine. No doubts there at all. Look at this. Masterath 3 stuck on their end. Hey, out you go. See you later. Thanks for coming, boys. Look at the air they got there. That's impressive. Darkspine of 6 points. Confirmation, Darkspine of 6 points. Masterath 3 still on 3 points. Now it's time for both Green and 64 to duke it out to see who can get those much needed points as they're both on 0. Let's get to the arena.
Rubeteers, stand by.
Greed hoping to do better this time, as are 64. 3, 2, 1, activate. So, an interesting dynamic here. It's a hammer versus a flipper. Two very different designs here, two very different weapons. But definitely it seems that Greed is the more impressive thus far. Getting 2 flips in on 64. 64 trying to self-right and does so. Down comes the hammer now of 64 onto Greed, but Greed getting back underneath them again. They said they had no weaknesses. Flipper seems to be one for 64, it has to be said. Exposed sides, top heavy hammer. I think they were just blowing over the smoke, really, let's be honest, but still, they're good fun. Great to have them back again. Underneath, get Greed once again. Oh, goodness me, the flipper throws up. Flipper's flowing both of them around. This is incredible. What a fight this is already. Greed coming in on the side on assault now by Sam Elliott, 64's machine. 64 coming up with a hammer. Missed though. Greed pushing him into the corner. There into the pit. Release button down. We'll go to the pit of oblivion. Will either of these machines go down into the pit? I wonder. Meanwhile, now, once again, 64 stuck on its side, and they're in the pit of oblivion. Can they get? Can they get out? I don't think so. And they pretty much just there summed up what I meant by the hammer being a little bit too heavy for its own good. Oh, a little bit of showboating in there from Greed. Look at this. Sam, look at this. 64 stuck on its side. Couldn't get away from there, and Greed just flicked their hammer into the pit, and it caused the rest of the robot to fall in. That's a shame for them. They're out. Greed get the 3 points. So there's confirmation there. Greed now have 3 points. 64 still on a very unfortunate 0 points. Greed now taking on Masterath 3 to see if they can get a full 6 points. Let's get to the arena.
Rubeteers, stand by.
There's Greed looking mean. Masterath 3 with its flipper. 3, 2, 1, activate. Couldn't pick a winner out of these two, to be honest. They've both been very, very good, strong machines, but they've also had a very serious loss each to the same machine, it has to be said. Look there! The power of the flipper of Masterath 3, though, on Greed, throwing it over itself into the pit where he's went down, goes a bit of oblivion. Are any of these machines going to go down there in this fight? I wonder. Greed struggling to self-right. Have they got enough CO2 to self-right? I wonder. Down comes the hammer of malfunction. And again. Goodness me, malfunction. Oh, and Greed nearly out of the arena. They're now self-righted, but it was a struggle. It barely self-righted. And I'm just wondering if that means that they're out of CO2. Doesn't matter, they're out of the arena. And Masterath 3 have managed to secure 3 points. Oh, wow. Look at this. Flip from Masterath 3 out the arena. Look, it's just drove in, slid in, and look at that power straight out of the arena. Fantastic. Well done to them. So Masterath 3 now on 6 points. Greed stuck on 3. That means that they won't be able to make it through to the final. Can Darkspine get a full 9 points against 64?
Rubeteers, stand by.
Darkspine is the business. 64 desperately wants some points here. 3, 2, 1, activate. It would be nice to see 64 get some points, it has to be said. They've got that very powerful hammer, but they're on their side once again now. And Darkspine has got a very powerful flipper here, and they are not afraid to show just how powerful it is. Trying to get underneath them. Up and over they go once again. Darkspine, meanwhile, now trying to get around them, but in comes the hammer now of 64. 64 getting on the side on the sort of smacking them into the flipper. Now, is that going to do any damage to the flipper, I wonder? Has that ruined the flipper, perhaps? Not too sure. That might do, though. They managed to get underneath the flipper and hit them with the hammer again. Has any damage been done to that flipper, I wonder? Well, they missed a flip there, and again, Darkspine is not functioning as powerful as it usually is here, and now it's into the same CP that is Nail, and that means Nail can bring her crushing jaw in. Oh, look at that! Straight through the side, as if it wasn't even there. Just ridiculous. Oh! Darkspine, what are you doing? You're not meant to be attacking the house robots. Oh! Well, Nail's up and on their end then. Thanks, boys. We really appreciate that. You're meant to be attacking that machine there, you know, the one with the hammer, the silver, the pink shovel, you know, that one? Yeah, try and attack that one for a change. They're doing all of the work to you at the moment. Finally, a flip from Darkspine on 64, but 64 for me is on top here at the moment with aggression and damage points. Oh, no! And Darkspine upended by the floor flipper, and now in comes the hammer, doing all sorts of damage to the internals of the flipper mechanism. And Darkspine here are in a lot of trouble. Pit release button has been pressed, so down goes the Pit of Oblivion. Meanwhile, it's all over for Darkspine here. In comes Morrow for the coup de grace, the count, the clock of doom, the clock till Judgment Day. What a shame for Darkspine. They couldn't get the full 9 points. Still, with 6 points, they will be going through to the final nonetheless. But it depends on how much damage they're going to take. Oh, they self-righted! They've managed to self-right in the end. They've been flipped by Malfunction again, though. Malfunction wants revenge for poor Nail, having been flicked around. Darkspine trying to self-right, and in doing so has done themselves in, really. Doing more damage to their flipper. And Malfunction has placed them onto the drop zone. What's going to land on them? Oh, some bits of scaffolding. And down the Pit of Oblivion they go. Cease. Poor Darkspine. Well into 64. They at least managed to get one win. Just look at the power here of the hammer. Look at that. It comes down with so much force. Bang! And again. That was the end of Nail. Effortlessly just chucked onto her end. Which was a bit mean. But then, this is where it all ended for Darkspine. Flicked over. They couldn't self-right from that position. And then they felt the wrath of the drop zone. Before Malfunction dumped them down the Pit of Oblivion. Well done to 64 for finally getting some points. It doesn't matter, however. Greed and 64 only scored 3 points. Masterath 3 and Darkspine both scored 6. So they are through to the final. Commiserations to 2 Penny Milk and Sam Elliott 64, and congratulations to both Razor 1905 and Masterath for your victories. We will see them in the final, and we will see you next time for more of the Account Mayhem. Next time on RWA Rebirth, it's Heat B of the Account Mayhem. 4 more YouTube channels battling it out for bragging rights. Who will win? Find out next time. See you then.
She'll keep telling you lies, 'cause your girl